Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Yes, it is Friday. It's almost the end of the week.
Yes.
It is actually the end of the week for many people as we speak. Very exciting. We have a business dialogue for you today.
We do.
And we're talking about working as a voice actor.
성우.
Yeah. And recently I had to update my subway recording.
Yeah, you do the subway recording for a few different of the lines.
공항철도. Yeah, just one, two, yeah.
What did you have to update?
Well, we update every couple of months, just certain announcements.
Oh, so you do that over and over?
Oh, yeah.
Do you get paid every time you go in?
Yeah. Not a lot, though. Not a lot.
Man.
Not a lot. But there are updates to announcements. You know, I would say the basic announcements is once a year, maybe. But like, oh, the train is coming, or please, you know, this train is bound for Seoul Station, that kind of thing.
Wow.
I know.
I thought it was like a one-time and a one-and-done sort of situation.
No. Those subway announcements require that you do record. There are a lot of like additions, add-ons, and things like that.
See, I thought the extra stuff they did with AI, because like every once in a while you say, not you, but the announcer, the next stop is kupopao. Like, it seems like they took the original recordings and they just tried to chop up the sounds.
It is so true. They did that for 신분당 line. 신분당, that's my voice. And they AI'd it. And so someone texted me, you know, on Instagram and said, why are you talking like that? And I said, well, it's digitalized.
Yeah, a few of the EBS teachers actually do announcements for the subway. And I know they have good Korean. But
Gubaba.
Gubaba.
Yeah, okay.
Shingil. Yeah. Anyway, so we're not talking about necessarily the subway
but we are talking about voice acting.
We are,
okay.
Yeah.
My dance card is full. It's interesting because why is there a dance card? What could this mean?
We will talk about the origin of this term a little bit later, but for now, the meaning is that your schedule is full. You cannot take any more appointments.
Okay. How about if you cover a lot of ground?
Here we're talking about traveling a long distance, going to a lot of places.
All right. If you take the world by storm.
You're doing a lot and you're really popular.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue about working as a voice actor.
Hey, John. I haven't seen you lately.
I've been really busy with voice acting. My dance card is full, and by the time I get home, I'm exhausted from going all around town.
It sounds like you cover a lot of ground every day.
Well, for now, I'm taking every job I'm offered, but eventually I want to specialize in video games.
I always had a feeling you would take the world by storm.
Thanks. It won't happen anytime soon, but I think I've got a good reputation already.
Okay, here we go. We're on page 104. Working as a voice actor, my dance card is full. Olivia says, hey, John, I haven't seen you lately. And John says, I've been really busy with voice acting. My dance card is full, and by the time I get home, I'm exhausted from going all around town. Okay, so if you say your dance card is full, you said you told us you were going to tell us the origin of this.
Yeah, so this is an expression, to be honest, I think has become more popular lately. So it's an older expression. A dance card being full means that your schedule is full. And it comes from what we call the Regency era of England.
Yeah.
And that's whenever, you know, there was... Think of like Pride and Prejudice, right? The Jane Austen times.
The ball.
Yeah, they would go to these dances, to these balls, and the women would wear a card on their wrist, and the men would sign up and say, for the first dance, you'll dance with Charlie. The second dance, you'll dance with James. And so you were trying to get men to sign up on your dance card.
Right.
And then whenever your dance card was full, you'd have to be, I'm sorry. I'm busy this evening.
I'm sorry.
Yes, my dance card is full.
Ooh.
And I think it's an older term that was, at least in my generation, something that wasn't really said.
Right.
But now, because of shows like Bridgerton that have been super popular, this expression came back into use more commonly, I think.
All right. So basically it's saying, my schedule is full.
I'm so popular. Everybody wants to dance with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what does Olivia say?
It sounds like you cover a lot of ground every day.
Okay. So Olivia is referring to his working as a voice actor.
Yes.
Okay, as a voice actor, a lot of ground.
Yes.
So why are you covering the ground?
Yeah. So this can have two meanings that are closely related. Here, it's probably talking about actual travel. When you cover the ground, you are moving to a lot of places.
Right.
You would know much more than I do because your dance card is often very full.
Yes.
You're a very busy voice actress.
Not as busy, but yes.
But you don't do the recordings at home. You have to go to this studio. You have to go to that studio.
That's right. Yeah.
You're going all over Seoul and Ilsan and wherever else you might go. So you're going to a lot of places. You're covering ground.
That's right. And because these studios, these private studios, are located all throughout Seoul.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of people are so surprised when they like, oh, I know where that is. Oh, you go this way and that. How do you know Seoul so well? I live in Seoul and I don't even know. I've never been there.
Yeah.
I have.
I've done some of the recordings. They're in the weirdest places.
Oh, they are. Totally.
Sometimes like neighborhoods that are like it looks like nothing is there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so true.
But yes, the other meaning for this is to make a lot of progression. Like if you're talking about a topic and you cover a lot of ground, it means you've talked a lot about that topic. You've made a lot of progress.
Yeah.
When talking about that topic.
Yeah. And so this could be very useful in a meeting.
Yeah.
Like today, I'm glad we were able to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's like cover a lot of material, a lot of issues, a lot of points.
Kind of like when you have an orientation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we covered a lot of ground today. We learned a lot about the things you're going to have to do.
That's right. Okay. And John says what?
Well, for now, I'm taking every job I'm offered, but eventually I want to specialize in video games.
If you want to specialize in something, what does this mean?
So this means that you are going to use this specifically. This is going to be what you are most experienced in, or it's the thing that you do better than everything else.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's a good strategy because as far as I know, video game money is the best money for like a voice actor.
Video game, they pay pretty well.
Yeah, commercials, video games. Sadly, English textbooks, not so high.
But the problem with video games and commercials is that they don't come often.
That's true. They're not a lot. Yeah.
So educational stuff can be your bread and butter.
Yeah, your
steady income.
Yeah.
That's right. And then these video games can be very juicy.
Yeah, the video games. And it's a lot of like,
yay! Yeah.
It's not even words all the time.
It's so true.
Or I had someone do a golf video game, and it was a lot of bogey.
Yeah. Great shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a lot of fun to be a voice actor. All right. Olivia says, I always had a feeling you would take the world by storm. So if you always had a feeling, what feeling is this?
Yeah. What a feeling.
Yeah.
So this is, Olivia kind of had this intuition. She just kind of knew.
Yeah.
Somewhere there, he just seemed like someone who would do well.
Got it.
He seemed to have the talent.
Yeah. So that feeling is kind of a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of instinct, right? I always had a feeling. And if you take the world by storm,
means you're super successful. You're just ridiculously successful. Not just kind of like, oh, you did pretty well, but like everyone knows who you are. Everyone wants to be your friend, or everyone wants to, in this case, if you're a voice actor, wants you to be their voice actor.
That's right, right. So taking the world by storm is just like, it's almost like you're getting international recognition.
Yeah, so think of like A-list celebrities, music or, movies, acting, that type of stuff.
Yeah. All right. And John says, thanks. It won't happen. It won't happen anytime soon, but I think I've got a good reputation already. So Olivia is saying she's exaggerating. She's being very dramatic. Oh my gosh, you're going to take the world by storm. And then Josh comes down to reality a little bit. And he says, well, not now, maybe later, but, he has a good reputation. He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
Hey, John. I haven't seen you lately.
I've been really busy with voice acting. My dance card is full, and by the time I get home, I'm exhausted from going all around town.
It sounds like you cover a lot of ground every day.
Well, for now, I'm taking every job I'm offered, but eventually I want to specialize in video games.
I always had a feeling you would take the world by storm.
Thanks. It won't happen anytime soon, but I think I've got a good reputation already.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 106 and 107. We're going to give you some more example sentences using the phrases that we just learned. If your dance card is full, it means that you're pretty busy. Your schedule is full.
I can't put anything else into the schedule. Yeah.
Do you have time to meet with our steel supplier tomorrow?
Sorry, but my dance card is full. The earliest is next Tuesday.
Jill's dance card is full this week with parties and dates every night.
Yes. So even though we're talking about dance card, the second example is about dances, parties and such. It doesn't have to be. It can be anything schedule related. Yeah.
Now, do you recommend, for a second language learner or a foreign language learner, like our Power English listeners, this is a very useful expression, I'm really busy. It's full. I have no opening in my schedule. My dance card is full. Is that recommended, or should we just stick to kind of your basics?
I think it would be good to know this expression because I think a native speaker might say it, but I don't know as someone who's not native if it's important to remember it.
Yeah.
If the feeling is a little specific, I wouldn't always say this to just be like, I'm busy.
I'm busy, right.
There's this slight jokiness to it. It's not a full joke, but it is like a playful sort of tone.
Right. So unless you know exactly the right time to use this, I think it's safer to just say, oh, I'm really busy or my schedule is full.
Yeah. If you're a jokey person, so someone like me, I would definitely say this expression. But if you're a more serious person, I don't know if you would ever use this expression.
Right. It's good to know. Cover a lot of ground means to travel a long distance, but also to accomplish a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's stop for the night. There's a motel up ahead.
I think we covered a lot of ground today. We should get to Dallas by tomorrow.
Okay. So that means if you've covered a lot of ground in this context, it means driving.
You drove a lot?
Yeah.
You drove a long time?
The hikers covered a lot of ground before the rain caught up to them.
Ooh, yeah. So if you're hiking, you can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
You can walk a long way. Yeah.
Maybe you're cycling.
Yeah.
To another city.
Like those people that go from Busan to Seoul or Seoul to Busan. That's a few days, I think, to do that.
Yeah, I would imagine.
You have to cover quite a bit of ground each day. There's little motels that you can stop at.
Right.
Yeah.
So it says in the book to travel a long distance, but that's just one of many usages. Not just distance.
Yeah.
But also at the meetings or maybe you're working on a project.
Yeah.
And wow, we covered a lot of ground today.
We got a lot of things done.
Yeah.
Even in school, when you're studying a particular subject, maybe you're in a group study session and you're going before a big test. So you're doing chapters 1 through 10. Oh, we covered a lot of ground today.
Yes.
We studied quite a bit of the book.
Quite a bit, yeah. That's right. Very good. I used to teach at Ewha. As a professor. And there were days when you were able to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Teach the kids a lot of things. But there were some days where you just couldn't cover a lot.
Yeah, you couldn't cover much ground at all.
Yeah. So in teaching, you can use that in teaching as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's very versatile.
Yeah, more than you'd think. So I would say in modern usage for most people, it's often about progress. But if you are someone who hikes or bikes
Or runs.
you could say that you cover a lot of ground. Yeah. Or maybe you're in the army. So an army can cover a certain amount of ground.
Oh.
We're always, unfortunately, in the news, we're always having to talk about war.
Right.
And so the line where they're fighting, the front lines, we would say, if it goes in one direction, you might say that army covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, take the world by storm means to get success and popularity, like a large audience. It's widespread.
Yeah.
This band is amazing.
I agree. I think they're going to take the world by storm.
Yeah, they're going to go global. Okay. The young actress took the world by storm before she was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some of those child actors. Drew Barrymore is one. Dakota Fanning.
Well, Ariana Grande. Didn't she start out as a young girl?
Yeah, she was on a children's program. But she's my generation, so I grew up with her. And then she was kind of famous.
Yeah.
But whenever she became a pop singer is when she took the world by storm.
Yeah.
And then recently, whenever she did Wicked. I think the older generations kind of were like, oh my gosh, she is amazing.
She's amazing, but she's also very talented. She does these impersonations.
She has
흉내는 거, right?
흉내내는 거.
She is amazing.
Yeah, there are some very famous clips of her impersonating Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Doing Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
It's crazy.
She's really good at doing other people's voices.
She's
so funny.
She is so talented. Okay. So take the world by storm. Of course, Power English is popular in Korea, but I cannot say that we are taking the world by storm, but who knows?
Yeah, so with this expression, usually we are talking about a global fame.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to limit that, maybe there's a chess player that was really good. You could say that they took the chess world by storm.
I see.
So if you add the type of world that you're talking about, either the orchestra world by storm or the, the quilting world by storm. If you want to limit it to a certain type of world or industry or field, you can do that.
All right. Power pattern. I always had a feeling. So somewhere inside you had this instinct, right? I always had a feeling that you two would end up together, that you would be a couple.
직감 있었어요. 직감. Yeah. I always had a feeling that you were lying to me. I could sense that lying.
How did you know?
It was on your breath.
Okay.
Your breath smelled of lies.
Okay. Our power vocab is on page 108, and it is specialized. Do check out the definition there. And we're going to have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for studying with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.